Hello, welcome to News from the States, where we bring you reports on key developments across Nigeria's 36 states. I'm Ibrahim Shita. In Niger State, the National Agricultural Development Fund has flagged off the Farm Inputs Support Program for the North Central Geopolitical Zone in Minna. The Executive Secretary of the fund, Mohammed Ibrahim, says the initiative is aimed at addressing agricultural financing challenges and boosting food production. Senior reporter Cheneme Bamei reports.
An early morning downpour in Minna set a tone to emphasize just how important early distribution of farm inputs is to farmers. Eager to make the most of the planting season, the National Agricultural Development Fund is rolling out its Farm Input Support Program to support smallholder farmers across the North Central region. Under the initiative, 80,640 bags of subsidized NPK fertilizer will be distributed to more than 20,000 farmers in Niger, Benue, Nasarawa, and Kwara states. The program targets priority food security crops with the aim of increasing yields, reducing production costs, and improving food supply across the country.
The aim of this program is to see if we can achieve three things. We are focused on these three things. First, supporting food price stability through targeted interventions. In this case, it is fertilizer support. Second, helping smallholder farmers to improve productivity, profitability, and to also close the yield gap. And last, thirdly, we are using monitoring and evidence to make future interventions easier and more impact-driven.
For Niger State, where agriculture occupies a central place in the government's economic agenda, Governor Morubago says the program comes amid increased investments in mechanized farming.
At the beginning of the rainy season, this is also very important because it's not just to give input, but when. So what we expect at the end of this wet season is to increase the input to 2.5 million metric tons by the grace of God at the end of this farming season.
You know, with bumper harvest, it means more food is available and it will definitely be friendly to the pocket of our citizens. And that's what food security is all about.
For beneficiaries, the inputs are expected to ease the burden of rising production costs and improve harvest outcome.
I used to fertilizer for maize, millet, and yam planting, and we are grateful for it.
By the federal government was designed to support food price stability in the market by ensuring that these items get to real smallholder farmers. Cheneme Bami, TVC News, Minna.
And Cheneme Bami joins me on News from the States. Cheneme, what more do we know about this Farm Input Support Program in addressing some of the challenges identified in your reports, particularly in the North Central region?
First, you know that the North Central region has some of the most productive states when it comes to agriculture. You have Niger State that has the largest land mass, and then they're known for farming grains and yams, and also Benue State, you know, that is called the food basket of the nation. So you know that any intervention, and of course Nasarawa State, a lot of the privately owned farms that you know are situated around that axis. So you know that any intervention that goes directly to these people will ensure that you can have more productive yields. And also, just like you've asked, the fact that this is coming on the heels of the government, the Niger State government mechanized farming initiative shows that there's a huge expectation on outputs from these people. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, the wife of the president was here to commission the flag off of distribution of tractors and other farm inputs. So there's a lot that's been pushed in right now. So what we should be talking about is expected outcomes. Will these inputs be able to deliver the kind of outcomes that the people are expecting?
Absolutely, and exactly what you said, because previous agricultural support programs have sometimes, faced concerns over diversion, transparency, and impact measurement. So I'm worried whether there are safeguards in place to ensure the fertilizer reaches genuine farmers and, translate into higher yields, increased productivity, and ultimately lower food prices for consumers. Cheneme.
You know, the National Agriculture Development Fund that spearheads these distributions says they've been able to do their due diligence, which involves tracking the farmers directly unlike situations where you just have them donate these items and then they move on. They say they actually have data of farmers that they are giving this to, and just as you would have as though you're practicing a system of applying fertilizer where you apply to each crop, that they have data of each farmer that they are giving this to this input to, so they're able to track it. And let's hope that this is able to yield the desired outcomes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chinemi Bami. Thank you.